Hey, what's up, Michael? A quick demo video for you. My last demo of the day for your Aniflex V2 by 7Chambers, right? I just got this done today. I've been working on this for a few days. Installed with a Proffie V2, CCSabers LEDs in here for your main pixel. I did shave down your blade retention screw a little bit there so that holds a blade but doesn't stick out too far. It's a 2-button setup, so your activation is right here, and then your auxiliary is down here. As always, when I do these, I take a little bit of E6000 and I put them on the threads here, and I screw this in exactly where it needs to be, because if you tighten it down too far, it's not going to actuate the tactile switch. So I clock that in where it needs to be and then lock it down with some E6000. Put your grips on. I got my own grip guide that I made for this guy, so all your grips are nice and even. The spacing on my grip right here is exactly how far these grips need to sit up from the pommel, so it all lines up right, and they've all been put on there evenly. So that's what I do there. To get to everything, what you want to do is just, I got this tool in my pocket. It makes me laugh every time I use it, but it's a small thing, but I'm gonna send it to you. It works great. What it does is it goes in these vents, right? So it looks like this. It goes in these vents, if I can get it on camera, like this, and it assists you in screwing on and screwing off this pommel right here. So we're just gonna screw it off right now. You do a few turns with this guy and then you can do it with your hand, but this is what actually engages your chassis into the 14 pins. So at first it can be a little tough to do just with your fingers. And with this piece of PLA, you won't scratch up your chrome. So that comes out. You'll see your speaker right there. Chassis comes right out. And then here's your chassis. It does say Solo Sabers over here in Arabesh for me. And then it says 7Chambers Aniflex over here in Arabesh. With a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. It's got a removable battery, so spring side here's your negative, and then your Proffie board sits right here. This is a snap fit down into the shelf. I just went ahead and put a piece of art tape over it anyway, just to hold it in place, right? But it's not something that's really needed, but it's there for you in the future in case you keep on bringing your board up and down and it loses its press fit, right? So that's what we do there. And then you've got your PCB right here that makes connection with those 14 pins in there, right? This is a Smuggler's Outpost Switch Pixel PCB set. We can unscrew this real quick so you can see what it looks like. No need to ever unscrew this from the middle. But I'm gonna do it this one time just to show you what it looks like. So when you take this off, this is what the upper half of your saber looks like. You've got these 14 pins right here. These 14 pins are what make contact with this PCB, and they do it inside the handle just like this, but everything is straight and locked together. And then, so it enables your 2 switches and your main pixel to be fed off of the board and the battery back here, right? So we'll go ahead and screw this back on. Lock it down. Stays tight like that, right? So we got your pins in there, 4 pins and everything like that. So what we want to do is come in and throw a battery in this guy.
Well, you owe me one, and now for saving your skin for the 10th time.
So once you throw a battery in, gave you motion controls, so it might go off. You can put this in here anyway, as long as this PCB is the first one to go in. So we'll put it in here all the way. We're gonna push it down. We'll push it in all the way till it's right there, and then we'll come back with our pommel cap and we'll screw it on. When it gets tight to do with your finger, then you can start taking this guy again and start twisting it closed. Just go till it tightens up. When it's all tightened and those 14 pins are engaged, auxiliary. Twist off. We'll put a blade in real quick. We just want to come in here and loosen up our blade retention. It takes a 7/8 blade and it will slide right in. All right, and then we'll lock your blade retention down. To get to your soundtrack, hold your activation for a second and then let go. Right? Next soundtrack. So of course you got swing on and twist off, or you can just use the button too, right?
Rogue Commander.
Just like that, and then we'll take the blade out. So you can see everything's working well there. You'll find a copy of the config file that I used on your SD card. In case you just want to make some changes, you can see where I started from. SD card and the micro USB on the board, super easy to get to. And then we'll just do the same thing to take the battery out. We're going to want to unscrew this guy right here. A few turns is all it takes to make it loose enough where you could start doing this with your fingers. Just like that. That comes right out, and so is your chassis. And then you can come in over here from the positive side and just pull it right out with your finger, just like that. So yeah, that is your Saber. Let me know if you got any questions. And if not, if everything looks good, this guy will go out and mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks, man.